Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Sagittarius, you're going to see who you really are right now. Going to see who you really are. Where's the mask that you hide behind? If it's not a mask that you hide behind, how is the world perceiving you right now? Why you hide your true self, or why is the world perceiving you the way you are, or the way it is perceiving you? How this affects your relationships, advice, and outcome should you follow the advice. I'm going to start with the Energy Oracle deck, Sagittarius, and then I'm going to get into my Doggy Tarot deck. I don't think it's Doggy Wisdom. It's some doggy deck. The Doggy deck. But Sag, let's take a look, see, shall we? That rhymed. That? All right, Sagittarius, who you really are. The mask you're hiding behind. Why you hide your true self. How this affects your relationships. Advice, outcome if you follow the advice. I was just noticing, I was kind of watching one of my videos, and it's like I'm just looking over your head. It's because the bird feeder of the video is just like just over the camera. So now it looks like I'm not, see, now I'm looking at you, and I'm looking at the bird. It's like, what is Cindy looking at? The bird. Maybe I'm doing the readings for the birds. Oh, who you are. Don't come at you. What? Hostilities. Are you hostile? Are you angry? Are you involved in something? Do you have to protect yourself? What's going on? No. Okay. The mask you're hiding behind. Whoa. What is that? Whoa. Whoa. This is like bait, lure, and kill. Sagittarius. What in God's name are you up to? What are you really doing? I don't know. I don't know who I'm tapping into. You're acting like your heart is wide open here. But in reality, ooh, shit's going to get interesting in this one. Oh my God, Sagittarius. Okay. Why you hide your true self? You are fucking around, man. You totally are. The Magician in the Mirror. Smoke and mirrors. I would say absolutely 100%. Now, we'll see where this goes. But one thing I will say is, let's say you find yourself in a bit of a precarious situation. Let's say you find yourself in a relationship with somebody who's a little, you know, like nuts or something, or overly controlling, or I don't know what, you know, like something going on here where it's almost like you have to make it like your heart is in this, but in reality, I'll cut you like a bitch. Right? It's interesting. Okay. But why? Because you are doing smoke and mirrors. You're trying to manifest something for yourself here, but you're doing it in a way that is very like covert. How this affects your relationships, the world. Well, it's bringing an end to them. I just heard the world stage, so that's interesting. I wonder if some of you've got something playing out, like in a public forum somehow, or publicly. Have I heard that? Like you've got a relationship in some sort of public way here. And you have to put on, right? Like this fourth chakra, everybody sees you as so sweet and loving. But in reality, you're ready to cut a bitch. Advice for you. Oh, strategy, honey. Strategy. And I would say you are in strategy, so keep doing that. Outcome if you follow the advice. Vulnerability. Secret places of the soul. Wow, I've never been more intrigued. Journey. I would say you are a journey here. Oh, it's such an underline. Are you kidding me? Well, It looks like it's taken you it's taken you like this entire deck to get where you are. Attached to something, you lose yourself in it, follow your intuition. Your heart is telling you there are better things in the world for you than from where you were attached and lost yourself in. Healing through the heart space, healing with others. I need to walk away. I need to walk away. I need to find balance in my life. I need happiness, true happiness with family and friends. It gives me a lot to think about. To find my victory, I need healing, toward a personal healing and happiness. I need to really ground everything that's going on in my life. Things start to produce. You start to see maybe there's a contract you need to get out of. Maybe there's a contract you need to enter. Maybe you need to think about a contract. All the contracts you've engaged yourself into. Really appreciate yourself for where you've been, where you're going, where you're coming from. This is your temple path now. You're taking action towards your spiritual quest. There's a lot of possibilities in that because your free will is just as important as anything else here. I need to rest and rejuvenate and think about all that. There's big openings here. There's an opening. Do you go? Do you go? It's a completely different place than where you've ever been before. Oh, now I've got a lot to think about again. But this is a different kind of thinking. The thinking man was thinking about like actively thinking, doing things, thinking about things that you would actively do. This is like thinking yourself. I want to say it's like thinking how you become you, how you be you, which is sort of this whole journey here, and how that draws things to you. And then the confidence in that, and a man holding a coin in the journey. Wow. Have funds in a suitcase will travel. Interesting. That's what got you to where you are. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, there's something going on here right now. You are presenting to the world. Like you have a very open heart. You could be presenting to a person in your life like you have a very open heart. But in reality, you have your guard up and your defenses. Why? Well, because you are obviously trying to create like a smoke screen. And this affects your, well, how it affects your relationships. I heard the world stage. So is it relationships that you have on a world stage that are affected? How this affects your relationships, the world stage? Well, I just want to say first is it's final, like really finalizing some relationships in your life. Whether those relationships are aware of it or not, because they may not be based on your cards. You could be negotiating something right now. Like this also has a feeling of, someone who, if this is not a very personal one-on-one relationship, maybe, it could be like a work relationship or something. And let's say it's a scenario that's kind of coming out into my mind here with this energy. Is let's say you're working somewhere and it's really weird, like these odd things that just suddenly don't go right for you, or like there's this sense of sabotage, okay? Like just bear with me. It's almost like this sense of sabotage. And you can't figure it out for the longest time. Like it just doesn't make sense. And maybe you share ideas with a friend, but 100% that this friend would never stab you in the back, okay? And I want to say this friend wouldn't. That's not the key. That's like, there's something here that doesn't make sense. Why? Right? So I want to say you've already kind of secretly got your guard up because you're now, something is suspicious here. Something isn't right. And then it's almost like, let's say you turn the corner and you hear two people talking and you pull back for a second because you hear your name mentioned, right? You're not trying to be nosy or anything like that. You hear your name mentioned, you pull back. So you kind of stand back behind the corner before you walk and you hear them talking and you realize that it's almost like your best friend, the person that you would share your business ideas or any ideas with, your cubicle is right beside the person who is talking about you to someone else, okay? And this person who is talking about you to someone else literally wants what you have, or they want the things that you're going after, or there's some sort of competition there, right? So that to me almost feels like now you understand why your life was feeling sort of sabotaged, or felt like things just weren't working out. But hey, well, hey, I don't know. It's almost like you can't just turn a corner and confront this. I don't know why. It feels very entangled. It feels very entangled for some reason. Maybe this person is the nephew of your boss, the CEO or something. This is not the scenario, right? Like this, I'm sure there's hardly anyone who this would be the actual scenario. But this is the energy of what I'm reading. Because you are intentionally creating a smoke screen, right? And you have your guard up, and you're not only defensive, but you're creating an offense here, which is to try to get the upper hand and get the goal that you're trying to get. You're not just trying to block someone from getting a goal, and like the goal in life, your goal. You want your goal. So you are being like very masculine energy. But you show up to this person every day with a smile on your face. Fuck. That's what that is. You show up every day, and when you pass that person, you got a smile on your face. How are you doing today? It's great to see you. You know, when they walk by, I go, oh, fuck me. I have to do that one more time. It's going to kill me. Because you're preparing for something. Preparing for something, I'm serious. But what's so curious is this outcome, right? And I mean, it's almost like, because you know, okay, I didn't finish where I was going with this. Let me come back there, because these other cards brought me in. But because, okay, the reason being, I don't know why, but like it feels like, because it feels so entangled somehow, that the best way for you to have some sort of success, and it might be eliminating the relationship you have with somebody in this reading that I haven't even identified. I haven't even pulled out tarot cards. It's just the energy of what I'm picking up. This could even be a personal relationship. This could be a relationship you have with a sibling, or your spouse, or a parent. I don't know. But you want to put up a face to the world and or this person or people like you still don't know what's going on, right? You're still warm to this person. I'm warm to you. I have no reason not to be warm to you, because as long as this person doesn't know that the rules of the game have changed, you are now in control of the game, right? Yes. Once, you know, this person doesn't understand that the game that they have created and the rules that they have created around it that surround you somehow, that you have got the rule book, the playbook. You know who's in the game, and you know what the game's about, and you know how it revolves around you and someone else, right? You don't walk into the game and say, oh, I can see that you're cheating. I can see that you're doing this and this and this, because they made the game, right? Everyone will say, hey, well, that's how the game, no, well, that's how the game is played. I don't know. This is very, I mean, this is way beyond anything I think I'm going to do. I'm just like, I'm going to go somewhere else now. I'm going to go somewhere else. I don't need this shit, but I don't know what this is, because your advice is to develop a strategy. You know, you could intentionally feed that person something that you know will not be successful. But you feed it by telling your best friend, who you know doesn't share anything with anyone, but it's literally like the person whose cubicle is right behind them. They can hear it. You feed this person that. They want that, you give them what they want. I don't know. It's very, very interesting. That's how I see this, okay? Unless, like, yeah, I'm not really, I'm trying to say, when I try to say something and I find it very, very, very difficult, almost like a reversal on my words, it's if it doesn't exist, it's not really something you have to account for. So even after putting that out there, I feel like I can comfortably say, like, unless you're somebody who's really, really cruel and nasty, and you're trying to set somebody up here to hurt them, that, you know, you have no reason to do that for it, you should go to another channel, because I won't read for you. That's terrible. But this is something else. Okay, so let's incorporate the tarot. Okay, I'm doing one at a time. And I think so. I want to, okay, one tarot for each space here. The Eight of Sky, who you really are. It's like you know that there's some sort of forces working against you, but you don't. Okay, now this almost feels like you don't know which forces they are yet. So in this story, you know something's not right. It feels like it's working against you, but you don't know what it is. So the best approach is to keep an open heart, just look great to everyone, so that I don't know what this is, if this is a group dynamic or a one-on-one person. No. Feels a little bit more like it could be that group dynamic, but that was sort of the beginning of the scenario that I gave. Just be open to everyone and let's see what happens. So the mask you're hiding behind, this could have something to do with work. You have the Eight of Earth, the Eight of Pentacles. I mean, it could honestly be like that you love what you do. It's like a mask that you're wearing, that you love what you do. Or that your heart's in what you do. That's interesting too. You could be preparing to leave a job. I really doubt your boss is crosswatch. And if they are, just say, you know what? That's general. That's not every Sagittarius. But yeah, the mask that you're hiding behind is that you love what you're invested in. You love what you're creating. You love your job. Honestly, yeah, this could be someone who's getting ready to exit. And you're just putting up a, yeah, well, I made it like it was so. Okay, why you hide your true self? The freaking Tower. What's going down? Smoke and mirrors. You're trying not. Okay, you hide your true self because there is some sort of like smoke screen that you're creating in the Tower. Dramatic change, a very dramatic change. And it would be maybe because you're preparing to make a very dramatic change. And you're creating the smoke screen. How this affects your relationships? Well, it ends some of them. The Empress. Does it end a relationship with like an Empress energy? It could be the end of a relationship with a partner. That's for sure. The worldwide stage. The world stage. You're protecting yourself from something you can't see, which I find really curious. And you're acting like you really love what you do. But you know what the funny thing is I want to say that I don't feel like you don't love what you do. I feel like there's something hidden. There's some sort of hidden energy, again, that you have to protect yourself from. The whole scenario that I talked about, I don't know, let's say you work for a photocopying company and you love photocopiers and you love paper. It's just, I love it. But whatever is there, obviously you don't. You have to protect yourself from. But you just keep showing up like, I love this. I love photocopiers. I love paper. Strategy, advice for you. The Nine of Cups. Find your friggin' happiness. Find the fish just for you. Strategize the Nine of Cups. Find your happiness. Find your personal happiness. Create a strategy for that. And the outcome, well, I want to say is a safe place. A place where you could be vulnerable. That's interesting. Oh, yeah. The shaman. The shaman. The Hierophant. The vulnerable shaman. So interesting, right? You find like your the thing that you can really commit to in life. You connect with the house of your soul. You leave your own print. It's got all these little prints on the wall. Your own signature. Oh, yeah, I am told I am done. We're going to use the teeny tiny now. High Priestess energy. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, the universe told you to do it. I don't know. Teeny tiny witch time. Which time? This time. Yeah. I came back from a vacation, so I'm a little bit of a smarta. You guys are wearing me out. In a couple weeks, it'll all be gone. Okay. Little Miss Lily, she's so happy. She's so happy when I'm sitting here doing readings because she knows where Mommy is. Mommy's not going anywhere. She sleeps to the sound of my voice. Okay. We really are. Hostilities, the Eight of Swords. I don't trust what I can't see. Although he's going over the fence. I want to say too, you could be hostile to anything that says there's certain things that you shouldn't do. Hostilities and the Eight of Swords. We really are. Hostilities and the Eight of Swords. Well, I'm really curious what the first one was that came out, because the second one was the Ace of Swords. The Page of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Okay, you're hostile. Okay. You were hostile to anything that doesn't come straight at you. And you are an open communicator. Which is very interesting because you're certainly hiding a big part of yourself here. The Page of Wands and the Ace of Swords. It's like communicating the truth. You could be somebody who's hiding a truth here. But who you really are is somebody who wants to speak the truth. Which again, that really falls into alignment with sort of the whole scenario that I gave. You would like to just come out and say what's going on, but it's weird. It's like you can't. The mask you hide behind is the fourth chakra with the Eight of Earth, the Eight of Pentacles. Fourth chakra and the Eight of Pentacles. Three of Cups, Four of Cups, the High Priestess, Judgment, and the Six of Pentacles. The mask you hide behind, you love what you do. You love what you hide. Okay, the mask that you hide behind is that you love what you do, but what people can't see is that it's almost like what you do. So let's just say I'm seeing like a truck driver, somebody who drives a transport truck. You might love what you do, but it takes you away from the things that you really want to do. Like you miss opportunities here. There's people that maybe you don't get together with. Yeah. Interesting. And you're going towards But I kind of feel like, let's say you are a truck driver. I kind of feel like you are, like you're taking some sort of action to give yourself the freedom to give, you know, to give in the way that you want to. It's very curious. The mask you hide behind. Like you love what you do. But what you do keeps you from other things that you really want to do with your life. I don't know. I mean, I honestly read that and I think that happens to most people. But this is something significant coming out in your reading. So, why you hide yourself? The smoke screen, the tower. What's really going on with Sagittarius? The Magician in the Mirror and the Tower. Well, you have the Hierophant. No, the Hierophant. The Hermit. The Tower. And the Two of Swords. There's something else going on in your life here. Okay. Literally, like, I'm going to take it back to the second scenario where I was like, you know, it just could be that you're just leaving your job. It's like you're just leaving your job, but you don't want your boss to know until it's time to give your notice. You know, like that's, you know, just showing up to work every day. Hi, I love it here. And then, I was looking at your watch. The calendar. I guess you could have a calendar on your watch. You can have anything on your watch. Now you could probably keep recipes on your watch. Looking at the calendar, 3 more days, 3 more days. Really. But so here's the thing. So that's one of the tower moments. I feel like that's one of the tower. But see, you're trying to smoke screen with a tower moment. There's a bigger tower moment going on in your life than that. I see that. It's like, I feel like you're showing up. I'm going to say work because you got the 8 of Pentacles here. And if it's not like where you earn your bread and butter, your gravy and all that shit, it's something that you have a passion about. Something that you could be perfecting in your life. You could even do jewelry design. I don't know. But that feels more like a hobby. This feels bigger than that because I don't know how many hobbies feel like they take away from your life in some way. Or maybe you're in a hobby group and there's some sort of weird energy going on and you don't know who you can trust. Could you imagine going to a hobby group where you make necklaces with beads and some sort of politics shit going on? But it honestly, for me, feels like okay, why? Because you're going to create a tower moment here where I feel like you leave your job, but that's actually a smokescreen. There's a bigger tower moment here. Right? Okay, so now I'm seeing somebody who's, you know, ready to blow up the building, the small shed behind their house. I'm gonna burn that small shed behind my house down. But I know that my parents and my spouse or whoever, whatever, the kids won't like me to do that, or I don't want them to know I did that. So, but there's a fireplace kind of in alignment with that shed. So you're going to always have a fire tonight. It's so cold. But you put firecrackers in there, right? Don't do that. I am not condoning it. Don't do it. It's just a metaphor. You put the firecrackers in there. And then you know by the wick on the firecrackers or whatever, you got 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes. I don't know if that would really work if you put the whole firecracker in the fireplace. But anyways. So you just tell everybody, oh, I'm just going to the bathroom. But you go to the bathroom, you walk around, you go outside the house, and you start burning down that shed. That's the real, like there could be all sorts of evidence of something in there. I don't know what you were doing, Sagittarius. But your choice is to burn down that shed. That's the real tower moment. Okay? You come back into the house. The smoke hasn't started yet, right? Nobody sees that out the windows yet. Just as the smoke is about to start with the shed and everyone's going to be like, what the hell? The shed is on fire in the back. The firecrackers start going off in the fireplace. So That's the distraction. That's the distraction from something bigger here. There's something bigger. There's a bigger fire that you got going on and you don't know how to deal with it. So you don't know how to deal with it because you have the Hermit, the Tower, and the Two of Swords. I mean, this could even be some sort of behavioral change too that you plan on taking. That or you're trying to figure, what is this Tower? I don't know. But I really honestly feel like you deliver a Tower moment. You're about to deliver a Tower moment. But it's a smokescreen for something else going on. So by the time all the chaos and confusion is done, everybody has settled down. They found the cat. Cat's okay. It's like in the ceiling. All right, all right. Oh my God, the shed burned down. Do you think it's possible some sparks from the fireworks went out? Probably. I don't know if that's what you do. But don't do that. I already said don't do that. Don't do that. That's interesting. So I don't know what's going on. But it's creating a Tower moment that's quite significant to the people around you to really camouflage something that you've got going on that's an even bigger Tower moment. Mm-hmm. This could even be something like, let's say you have something very personal going on for you. Could be a health issue. It could be a personal relationship issue. But at your work, you don't want them to know about it, right? So that personal issue is much bigger than what is about to happen at your work. And maybe like, you know, you could be the CEO and you're just going to suddenly just step down. I'm just gonna like, what? It's interesting, right? Because, well, I don't know. It could be, you could take like a sabbatical. You could take time off. Or you could, I don't know, just reassess your life. That could be it too with the Hermit. But in some way to even just address or deal with some sort of a personal issue. It's fascinating. How does this affect your relationships? Well, it ends. It ends a very significant relationship, if anything. The World and the Empress. The World and the Empress. Oh, where it is? Oh, the Eight of Cups. You walking away from this. Who is this Empress? Who's the Empress? The Strength card. Somebody who holds back. I need more. It's still major arcana. It's not really helping me. It could be a Leo. It could be a Libra or a Taurus. Who's the Empress? The Nine of Pentacles. And the Six of Wands. Could be somebody who walked away from you. If it's not that, say, it could be somebody who walked away from you and kind of found success. If it's not that, it's you walked away from some sort of higher position here. Like you're closing that off. And you're doing something on your own and finding your success. Wow. Okay. Right? And advice for you, strategy to happiness. Strategy, the Nine of Cups. Strategize your Nine of Cups, your dreams and your wishes. Strategize ye dreams and wishes. The Six of Swords and the Seven of Cups. Well, okay, the universe will lead you along. The universe will lead you along here to help you discover that. That's nice. All right. And the outcome here is finding something you can really sink your teeth into. Like be vulnerable and committed to. Second chakra and the Shaman. Or the Hierophant. Ten of Pentacles and the Star. Maybe it's a new workspace. I don't know. Ten of Pentacles and the Star. This is really great. You can be vulnerable here because you have security. with the Ten of Pentacles. And you can commit to this because it is secure and it's divinely guided. This is really cool. I don't know what you're doing. Well, I got an idea. I don't know the details, but... And a 4 of Wands at the bottom. I just heard hip hip hooray. Wow, that was really intriguing, Sagittarius. Way to pull out an interesting mystery. Okay. I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, yeah, I'm going to have to shuffle this whole thing because I say I'm going to use the Energy Oracle deck again, but you took out more than half of it as your underlying. So that gets shuffled back in. I'm going to have a fresh tarot deck, so I'm working with a full deck of cards. And what I'm literally going to do in the extended, I'm going to do the exact same spread. Who you really are, the mask you wear, all that stuff. Going to do it though, you in the future. So we're going to look at all this, but future you, and see how that unfolds. There you go, Sagittarius. Thank you so much. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.